You don't have to be on guard anymore. You can let down your guard. Hello, collective. It's Kai. This one, for whoever it's meant to go out to, because this truly is for those who feel themselves soften. And when I say this, I mean this in a way where you spend so much time trying to explain yourself. I don't want to hear the buts. You know why? Because I already know that you deserve better. I don't need to hear the reason. I just know already. If it brings you to this place where you are just like, no, fuck that. No, don't accept it. Don't fucking accept that kind of treatment. And I'm literally saying these things to remind myself that I can relax, I can rest, I can be within my own space, I can pursue anything that actually aligns with me. And this requires discernment. So, disclaimer, all this is based on my own experience. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or what works best for you. I just hope and pray that this helps support people in this state of being. Because that feeling when you feel like people are going to hurt you and turn on you at any fucking moment, that fear of betrayal, because you get acclimated to it by experiencing it time and time again. You reclaim your power when you make a different choice. So why are we choosing the same people? Because it's teaching us something. It is not fuck this person, like blah, 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 blah. No, we're not here to blame other people for our own situation. There is a core part of your child, inner child, that is asking, pleading you to be felt, to be understood, to listen to yourself truly so that you can understand where you're coming from. Not so that you could tell people so that they can understand. No, communication is important. But when you keep bringing up the same conversations, there is a level of understanding that you can also grasp from this very interaction with this person. They might not have this space. They might not even say no to you. You might be someone that's not so good for another person, and they might not even have the gall to say no to you. That is why you can let your guard down, because you're the person who gets to discern these things. I finally feel like I'm in this place where I can just relax. I'm not trying to prove anything, and I still feel a part of my pain come up. And it makes me smile because I know that I'm right here. I'm right here to acknowledge my fucking progress, to acknowledge this pain, to give it a place in my own presence to be felt. And that's all I fucking need. I might want this person to truly understand that what they're doing hurts me. I might really fucking want them to understand. And I have experienced time and time again many situations where, yes, I relay this information to them. But you know what I've noticed? In every single time that this person has truly understood and held space and not judged me or blamed me or shut me down or got defensive or egoic, was when I started to be so vulnerable with them that I literally started to cry. Because in the past, it's like I would just shut myself down because I felt so much and I was so sensitive to things. And I would just be like, oh yeah, it's like so silly to feel this way. No, and yes. This is such a big part of my journey. Because even as a child, I was told like, oh, you're such a crybaby, like stop crying, like why are you so sensitive? And then I started to demonize that aspect of sensitivity. I started to think of it as a weakness, when in reality, that's my biggest strength. And that is also my biggest strength because I can build more strength by going through my life in this way where I remain soft. I'm not on guard. I might be scared sometimes. Yet despite the fear, I still have the courage to step forward and to be myself in my most authentic way. At your core, you know very fucking well who you are. You're the only person who actually fucking knows you that well. And I know that some parts of us, maybe like at some points, really want to be understood, really want people to know us. But in this very moment, I realized like, if someone paints an image of me in their mind and they project it upon me, and now they're putting me on a pedestal, so real, thank you, confirmation. They're putting me on a pedestal. They think I'm so great and like all these things. I think that's the craziest thing is that literally what used to bother me the most was that I didn't like being seen in such a positive light because I felt there was so much negativity within me. I know that might sound weird, but I feel like for you guys, my homies, the collective, that you would understand what that means. Because truly, I think that was the most like disgusting thing to me in the past, where I'd just be like, no, I'm not this like very frolicky girl, like who's always laughing all the time. No, I'm actually going home and I'm crying my fucking eyes out because I feel so fucking abandoned by my family. I feel so isolated. That was my reality for such a long period of time. So now, it like makes me want to cry. And I was literally like, my eyes started to tear up like out of nowhere. And I wasn't even like feeling like that sadness of like, oh, I wish they could understand. It was like, they might not understand. And that's okay. Maybe I don't really want them to really understand either, because this pain that I have felt is not something that I would wish anyone else to feel. Like, let's be so real. We know how painful, we know exactly how fucking painful it's been. Literally. So it's like, why the fuck would I ask someone to understand? Truly, to understand is to have your own experiences that literally have the nuanced core of what your pain is. I would not wish that upon fucking anybody. And that's how I know that I'm remaining soft. Despite that fear that comes from the ego who doesn't want the past experiences to repeat. So you know what I do? I show up and I make a different choice. And this is my different choice. And I find myself so fucking relaxed. I'm not trying to prove fucking anything or show anyone anything. Like, I'm literally just being. That is how simple it is. It is not a complicated thing. It is not hard. Maybe at times it is. Maybe we're trying to push ourselves to continuously progress and to heal and to accept, when in reality, all you need to do is just sit with it and not try to find the solution by intellectualizing it in your mind. Intellectualizing it? What the fuck? Intellectualizing. But I really wanted to bring this up because I know for a fact that I definitely attract people who resonate with a lot of the past pains that I've experienced, as well as maybe present pains that might come up. And I mean this in a way where it's like, we've all in our own ways felt betrayed. Maybe not just by others, but by ourselves. And being able to understand how we continuously put ourselves in that place because it's familiar. Familiar. It might be uncomfortable as fuck to literally just step away from that environment because we're so used to it and we didn't know any better. You deserve that grace. You deserve that space. You deserve to be understood. You deserve to have people in your life who truly see you for you. And there are going to be people who don't truly see you for you. And what I mean by that is that they have their own perceptions. They have their own experiences. They have their own fears. They have their own ego. It is not to force the understanding. It is to bring your information forth when you communicate something, so that if they don't listen to you, to understand you, and maybe they don't understand you, they still allow empathy, not sympathy. And I just literally realized something. It's like, oh, that's crazy, man. It takes step by step. It takes one step at a time. It is not something that I would rush ever. Because I know that as I move through this, I start to discover so much of myself. And I'm going to honor the fuck. I'm going to honor the fuck out of it. Because I'm the one who experienced that pain. I'm the one who knows exactly what fucking chord it's hitting. Because in reality, it's not about this person. I'm projecting my pain. Because they are reminding me that there's something to be addressed here. That is what a trigger is. And when we're so dysregulated and in survival mode, then yes, it is fight, flight, flee, or freeze. I just realized flight and flee are probably the same thing. And so it's just like, I'm still processing it, and I'm taking my time. I'm not gonna rush myself. I refuse to. That is the luxury of my life, is where I don't have to rush anything, and I can take my time. And yet at the same time, it still exponentially allows evolution to happen as long as I bring love into the situation. When I continue to fuel my fears by flaming the fire, that is when I identify, this is getting very egoic. I'm getting petty. I'm blaming. I'm judging. I'm projecting. I'm getting defensive. I want to fight someone. And I'm like, oh my goodness. We learned that lesson, that violence is never the fucking answer. Ever. Because literally it just doesn't exist anymore in my reality. It's not about violence. It's just about the pain that's coming up. The thing that I want to protect so bad that maybe I didn't protect as a child because I didn't know any better. And that's where I give myself grace. And then I allow this version of me, this older, matured version of me, is still maturing, still getting older. I can actually live in this life and show up for that inner child here, right now, 100%. I give my devotion back to me. I've created this home so I can feel safe no matter where the fuck I am. And it might not be all the time, because nothing is permanent. And then at the same time, I have faith because I built this trust. I built this trust so that I could have faith, because who the fuck knows what's going to happen in the future? Who the fuck knows, bro? And I'm like, oh my God, who knows what's going to happen? And I don't mean that in a way where it's like, it could be better. It's definitely better, because life just keeps getting better and better. And I affirm that because I take myself back to me. I center myself in my core so that I can provide space, so that I can be aware when the universe sends all these beautiful fucking signs. That is self-awareness. And I mean that in a way where it's like, I'm not taking shit for granted. I'm grateful for every single thing. I'm allowing myself to understand where my ego is coming from, where this is stemming from. What part of me felt rejected or denied or repressed? Because I don't need to be stressed out. I might have felt like I needed to be in order to protect myself in the past. But now things are so fucking different. I tell you, You can do this. You can do this. I promise you, you can do this. You can get through this. You can soften. You can be your most authentic self. You can be freed from all of this fucking fear. I promise you. I literally just spit, bro. That's how real this shit is. I promise you that it's possible. That you're the one who can tap into this in your own ways. You can make this so fucking good for you. It's exquisite. You can relish in your own execution. And I promise you that it is there within you. You're the one who has the answers. You're the one who executes so clearly. You're the executive. You're the person who is exuberant. You exalt yourself. That is what you're capable of. And that's what we do without even knowing sometimes. Something so simple as, oh, you made plans to go out and you decide not to because you're feeling so fucking tired from work maybe, and you just decide to rest. That is what it is. These simple things that you do for yourself to show up. I really wanted to send this message because, oh my God, does it feel so fucking good to be relaxed. To not feel like I have to say something to this person to explain to them that I don't appreciate the way that they're treating me just because of the fact that they have their own life and I have my own. And I'm not going to give my attention away to things. And that, like, genuinely put me into detriment. Like, I become more of a demonic version of myself. And it's like, no, I don't need to go through that. I don't need to do that to prove to them that they have no access to me. I don't need to prove a point. I just need to discern. No matter what's being presented to me, I can just discern. And that's why I feel like I've let my guard down in a way where it's both ways. Where, like, let my guard down and relax, even though, like, oh my God, I thought I saw a stick fall from the sky, but it was a fucking bird. I'm not wearing my glasses. God. That was so funny. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, both ways. Where I might want this person's attention, but they're not giving it to me, then I relaxed and decided to rest and recuperate in this energy and address the pain that's being brought up. You know, that mindset of like, oh, like maybe I don't deserve blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I do deserve people's time. I don't know where you're coming from. So where is this coming from? And then there's another side of that where it's like, I am not going to give this person my attention. And then I recognize that, I'm still attached to this energy because it's so familiar. I'm so used to that energy of saying no, 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 fuck off. And then I'm like, oh, I don't have to be mean about this. I can still say my point. I can still make succinct choices so that I can protect my space, but not be on guard. Understand that you're protected despite the fact that, yes, sometimes people will still push your fucking boundaries. Sometimes people will fucking do that, and they will do it either knowingly or unknowingly. So, you know, grace. Because truly I was like, oh, I'm still giving this person my attention even though I don't want to. But maybe I need to. And I mean that in a way where I'm addressing what this connection means to me and how I can truly navigate this exact dynamic so that I can show myself that things can be different. I'm still figuring that one out. I'm really still figuring that out because, oh, God. I really don't like being put out on a pedestal. I think that's my pet peeve. And I mean that as a feminine entity. Truly. That's the one pet peeve that I'm like, God, not like, You know how like there's this whole concept within like the feminine where it's like, oh, the masculine must serve me and honor me. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want them to put themselves down just to do that. I hope this makes sense, because it's like sometimes it is that where they're not honoring themselves, but they honor me because they want me to feel so good that I would choose them. That's not the case. For me, if they feel good doing what they do and I can experience that compersion towards them, then that's all I could truly ask for, because I feel honored. Yes, there are certain like needs that need to be met, right? So quality time for me is a need. It's not a want, it's a fucking need, as much as I also may not want it. I'm still figuring it out. And we're gonna go through with grace, because I have built myself to this point so that I could see people clearly, and then see myself clearly, and then see myself clearly, then see other people clearly. Because it's like, I don't know what people are going through. I don't know what matters to other people, but this is what matters to me. Is that I truly am able to treat a person as a fucking human being and not as this character, whatever, you know, like role. No, I'm not gonna define someone and put them into this fucking narrative. I think I also need to remove people from the story too. Because it's like, it is about me. It's not about them. I'm not going to project my pain. I'm also not going to give my attention away, because that is my power. That is my presence, and it's precious. So yes, I am grateful for this person inspiring this evoked being, this evoked light being from within me, but it's not them. It's me. That is me. Do what you will with this information, because it's out there. Thank you so much for listening. I truly appreciate it, because like I said, I love some good quality time. Unfortunately, you know, this is through the screen. Whatever. Maybe one day, that'd be so cool if I could do like a fan meet, but it's like I was thinking of doing this thing, this is so random. I was thinking of doing this thing because, you know, in like, I don't know if you know this, but in the Renaissance era, and even in like the Roman Empire, they used to have places where literally just to relax and chat and exchange information and like joyful things. Like for the Roman Empire, I forgot what it was called, but they literally would have houses just to have leisure time, just to relax. And there's a description of that at the Getty Villa in LA or Southern California. I don't know if that's actually LA. I think it's kind of off from it. But and then in the Renaissance era, they had, I think it's called salons, even though I thought it was like a parlor, but like it's a salon where like women, more specifically, but you know, obviously men could probably go to it too, but anyways, they would gather there and have tea. They would have tea and they would communicate, exchange things, maybe even gossip a little bit. And like, you know, like that, I want to do that. That'd be so fun. Oh my gosh, guys. I just love the idea of that. So I'm actually going to do that with my friends. Like I'm going to invite them over to my house and just like have some tea. We're going to chit chat, do some girl things like art and like just talk about books that we're enjoying or our passion projects, or maybe even talk about boys. Boys though, not men. Cause I'm sorry. I just oh my god. It's just, I mean I'm sorry. I will stop. And so thank you for being you. Seriously, thank you for being alive, truly. And I'm sending you guys so much love and support on your own spiritual journey. Bye, collective.